Welcome to another episode of the Barbershop, and this is my special battle rap consulting blog. Thanks for everybody who tuned in to the first blog that I did on battle rapping and the battle rap culture. I got a lot of replies and a lot of positive comments, so I decided to do another blog, man, and it was really successful. So I took time to do some research and jot down a few notes. And what I'm going to do is start a specific battle rap consulting blog, which is a little different than what's on the market, and kind of give my opinion on how to get battle rap to another level, and to talk about some of my ideas from an infrastructure standpoint that can give some of my my insight into battle rap as a whole industry, and kind of put some of my media expertise that I've learned in the industry and in sports and marketing, and kind of see if some of these tools can apply, and to engage the community and even league owners and possibly people, battle rappers coming up, and engage them and see if some of these might be viable tools to get battle rap to the next level. And I think in this industry as a whole, one of the things that there has to be guidelines, procedures, and different things that need to come into place, where we understand what the rules of engagement for media members, if we aspire to be media members, and how those rules of engagement should apply to battle rap as a whole. So second of all, I just want to give you a brief insight as to who I am, what this channel will be about, in my mission statement, how I'll proceed to give content. My name is Garrett Bush. Currently, I am in the media. I work in the sport industry. I live in Cleveland, Ohio. I graduated from Ohio University with a marketing degree. I earned a full ride football scholarship, so worked at a lot of different places. I've had a chance to work for the Cleveland Indians. I've had a chance to work for the Cleveland Browns radio network. I've worked at a lot of different places, worked at a lot of different companies. I'm not here to get rich. I'm not here to do any of that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things that I see that goes on in the battle rap community. I'm not that type of person. I can't be on any other people's channels, backbiting, tearing other people down. Frankly, A, because I'm not that type of person. B, I don't think it does anything to move the culture forward. C, I don't have time and energy enough to do that because I have a full-time job outside of this. And D, all of that, doing the stuff on the internet, could possibly get me fired from my full-time job that I really would like to keep. So you'll never see me doing any of those things, because let's just make it clear, I have a full-time job. I'm not trying to get rich off YouTube. This is something that I enjoy doing, and it's what I enjoy doing and giving back to the culture. Hey, I'm like anybody else. If I make a couple coins here or there, I'll take it. But if not, this is something I do in my free time, in my spare time, because this is what I enjoy doing. I graduated from the Ohio Center of Broadcasting, where I got a radio and television broadcasting degree as well. That's where I started to pick up my passion for radio and television broadcasting. I graduated from there in 2010. I did an internship at ESPN Cleveland, worked there interning, started off answering phones, doing promotions, then got my job, my first big break in the industry, doing production on the radio. My first radio job came in 2010. I landed a job at CBS Cleveland, where basically I started off being a board op, worked my way up to producer on the national broadcast for the Cleveland Browns. Currently, I now have my own show on 92.3 The Fan, entitled The Barbershop. You check me out. The description will be linked in the description box below. And so I do a show on the weekends. I also have a podcast. So I'm in the industry doing radio, and I'm doing TV, and I'm doing media. I've had a chance to work the NBA Finals with the Cavaliers, the World Series with the Indians, have an opportunity to work in the top 25 market, running my own show, producing shows, and working for professional teams. So that's just sort of what I've done. But that means by no way, shape, or form that I'm saying I'm better than anybody over here. As you know, I'm a big fan of the battle rap culture, and I salute all the people who've been here before me. The Angry Fans, the Vada Flies, the Rum DMVs, the J Blacks, all the people who are in this community that started off way before me. I'm not coming into this game thinking I'm better or bigger than anybody, my ideas are any better. Because at the end of the day, you always got to put work in where you're at. So battle rap as a culture has a lot of potential if they were able to kind of translate some of the energy that they have from battle rap and kind of transition it into more of a professional setting, a more professional background. Some of the things that I know in professional media, I think they'd be in a much better place. One of the things that really sparked my interest in even talking about trying to get into this specifically with battle rap and to talk about battle rap and blogging and media was a couple months ago. There was this whole thing about restoring order in battle rap. And it really stuck with me because from a standpoint of a person who's worked in the media and worked for companies like CBS and ESPN and things like that, working in sports, it really, when you say restore order, denotes that there was order to begin with. There's lots of different things that I see happening in the infancy stages of the battle rap entertainment business that would never happen in professional media or professional sports or just business wise in general. I see a lot of very blatant mistakes that would never be allowed in the line of work that I work in now. Case in point, a lot of the media members are really good friends and close friends with battlers. That's something that would never be allowed in sports. I've had the opportunity, like I said before, to interview and cover practices all the time. One of the cases in general, covering Cleveland Cavaliers practice. There's never a time in which us as media members would ever be caught dead fraternizing or talking to players. Like, you're not going to be able to just walk up to LeBron James and talk to him. You're not going to be able to be off the record talking to J.R. Smith or LeBron or Kyrie Irving. It just doesn't work that way. A, because it's unprofessional. B, because the players aren't going to have that. And C, it compromises your ability to be able to tell a story objectively. If I need to print a story or run a story about how LeBron James played last night, it's going to be very difficult to do that if you and LeBron James are hanging out after the game every night, because now you have a conflict of interest there. These are some type things that I see going on in the battle rap business or the battle rap media that a lot of people are doing, and they're saying restoring order. That's not order. That's not something that you would be allowed to do in the media business. And I think that's something that we need to transition out of if battle rap wants to be seen as a true legitimate business model. Another thing that battle rap suffers from is there's really no structure as far as covering anything. When we cover battle rap, we oftentimes mix opinion with opinion, fact with opinion. A lot of times we do. I watch a lot of blogs, and there's a lot of vitriol spewed back and forth between the battle rapper, back and forth between hosts or bloggers, and that type of behavior is something that can would ever be tolerated. Like if you were in my type of industry or regular industry, there's a cardinal sin. We call it calling out other hosts or doing other different things. When I'm on my show, CBS has a policy specifically that we don't mention other hosts from rival radio stations while we are on air or on Twitter. And that's because, A, that gives publicity to other people. B, it opens you up for lawsuits because you can be sued for slander or libel based on what you say if it's found or not to be true. And C, it just comes off as you being not professional. That can turn out to end interviews with other players. It could be seen as a situation where your radio station is not a professional outlet. And that could ruin your relationships in the industry. So, those type things never go on when you're talking about the sport industry and those type things. And you never know where you're getting your next meal from. You may sign a 1-year contract to work at radio station or newspaper A, and that contract runs up, and if they don't renew your contract, you always want to keep your options open and to be able to always slip a resume in at the opposite end of town radio station, TV, journalist, or wherever it may be. So you always want to keep your options open with that. And I think the battle rap community and the battle rap media needs to start developing those things internally and start building the infrastructure in those relationships, because at the end of the day, if you guys want to be known as a media, and if you want to start building those relationships and actually starting to get paid for your work, because at the end of the day, that's what you want to do. If you want to put all this time, energy, and effort into producing these great content, going out networking, going to shows, covering events, you eventually want to get paid for your work, right? You always want to be professional. You always want to be able to show and audition your work to other places, to other outlets, to advertisers, to sponsors. So you never want to be using profanity. You never want to be using any of that material where you're downplaying another person. You can't use any of that when you're trying to display your work to sponsors or to other type people. These are just some of the things that I learned on my trails when I started off just trying to get in the game as far as working in the media for sports. And these are some things that I think that the battle rap community can use and to learn from his infancy, you know, getting in the game and talking about some different things of how you go about making things better. In conclusion, I'm all about transparency. This channel is going to be all about ideas in a way of consulting to grow battle rap. If you're a fan of ideas, shoot me ideas and I can cover these. Coming up in the next blog, what we're going to do is talk about one of the fans actually sent me a comment that said, Gbush, the title of your last article was, hey, why is it dangerous for people to have murder mook bias in battle rap? And can you kind of, elaborate on that? And why is it more dangerous for Mook's bias than say a Hollow or a Charlie Clips? So I'll get into that, and I'll talk about the financial ramifications of that, and I'll also get into how that overall affects the infrastructure of battle rap and moving forward, why we need to eliminate the bias as far as the reviews and as far as how we judge the battling system and what we can do to move forward to talk about how we can alleviate that to grow the culture as a whole. So if you're a fan of this content, thank you for everybody who paid attention and liked the content. Obviously, you guys were an inspiration to me to get back on here and try another blog. If you're interested in the blog, please subscribe to the channel, like, subscribe, and remember at all times, hey, salute, big up the next person, man. It's always room at the table for people to eat. Don't tear down the next guy over a couple crumbs. It's always easier to build up the industry and then everybody can eat. This is Gbush with the Battle Rap Consulting playlist. Check out, subscribe, peace.